Sandamtod here. Didn't disappear on you. Back in the car, headed to work this morning. Thought I'd pose a quick community question since I don't have anything else going on. I do have some pickups. I just haven't gotten around to doing the video, and they've been kind of slow coming anyway, so it's only like a handful. So I've been kind of dragging my feet on that video, and I don't know, I've just had some other stuff going on and haven't been able to really do much with YouTube. So I've thought I'd throw a question out there today anyway and see what people think. I was sitting at home and I was kind of going through some of my collection, and you know, sometimes there are games that, especially retro games, I kind of refer more to retro. It can be this gen, but these games that you've started playing and you really got into, and for some reason something happened, or this happened a lot with retro games where you would lose your save file. It doesn't happen as much anymore unless you deliberately get rid of it, but you would lose your save file. And is there a game out there, I guess is what I'm asking, or a couple if you have a couple, but there's one that really sticks out in my side as being a thorn in my side, the bane of my existence, if you will. But do you have any retro game that you played and put a significant amount of time into, and you lost your save file and you gave up on the game and have never come back to it because it would just seem like too much of a chore to play back to where you were at, and so it was just one of those games that sits out there unfinished? There's one that I can think of back in the day when I was a kid, playing video games in high school and stuff, or at my friend's house on the weekends, and we didn't give up on this game, and we did eventually beat it, but I remember losing our save files on it because it was a rental copy, and people would either erase your game or it just seemed like, you know, the game would blink off or something, and then you'd lose your file. This happened with Nintendo cartridges, especially 8-bit cartridges. But my game, I know I'm dragging my feet, my game is not a Nintendo game, although the one that I was talking about when I was a kid was Ultimate Exodus. It just, I might have said that, I don't know, I'm off track, I'm trying to drive. But it was one of those that we put a lot of time into, called that Nintendo Hotline. This before the internet, and pretty much raked them for every bit of info on how to beat this game. The game doesn't even really have an ending. You go into the final castle and you kind of make your way to this room, and you have to lay these cards down in a certain order. These cards that you have to find that are kind of hidden, and once you do, then the castle starts crumbling and you got to run back out, make your way back out. And once you make it out, it pretty much, that's the end. There is no, like, ending, like, you know, cinematic or anything like that. But we did eventually work our way back from that and beat that game. I beat it a couple times, actually. But the one that really sticks in my side is from my 20s. I love the Sega, and then when the Sega CD came out for the Model 2, when they came out with the Model 2 version, I was ready to buy it. I always wanted the Sega CD, even back when I saw the Model 1, and I do have a Model 1. I don't play it very often. I should probably play it a little more, because sometimes when you let things sit, especially a system like that has, like, I think it's got not rubber bands, but, like, you know what I'm talking about, little rubber bands, I guess, that move some of the gears and stuff, and if you don't, you know, use it, they'll dry out. So but the Sega CD, I picked one up shortly after I had gotten my Genesis. I probably had gotten about 5 or 6 games, and this is one of the early ones that I bought for it, but it wasn't the one I bought with it when I bought it, and that was the game that haunts me to this day, and that's Dune on the Sega CD. I played Dune on the Sega CD for probably what felt like weeks, but I know it probably wasn't that long. It's a real kind of, the board game Risk. It's kind of a real strategy-based kind of, amass these colonies onto your side and then kind of overthrow the government type of a deal, but it's on a planet-wide kind of basis, and you have to mine the spice and all this. And I just put a ton of time into that game, and I think I had to go buy, I think it was the reason why I had to go buy the Sega CD-ROM backup cartridge, because there wasn't enough room on the hard drive to save it. I mean, there were a few games that were just too big to even save onto the Sega CD's little hard drive thing. And I bought the RAM card, the backup, not RAM, ROM, whatever it is, backup cartridge, and I think something happened with it, and I had to reformat it. It wouldn't read my save file, and I let it sit, and I tried different things. It's not like I had multiple systems back then, and something happened, and I just had to reformat my Sega CD backup cartridge and lost that game along with some other ones. But that was the one that I was really close. I was probably like 89% of the planet was on my side. I mean, it really was the point where I was just making the final push, and I didn't beat it, and now it just sits there because I don't even want to start it again. I still have this like animosity toward this game, because I never was able to beat it, and now it just mocks me from the shelf. But I do have fond memories of playing it, but I also have a lot of, like I said, animosity because I never finished it, and I just feel like, I don't know, that I probably never will. So I was just wondering if you all had a game, especially, maybe one that really sticks out, but a couple or a few maybe that you really remember. And this was mainly a problem back in the retro systems, mainly before the PlayStation, I think, came out with the flash, little memory card technology, and you were relying on battery backups and things like that. It's mainly on those it seems like you would have problems where you would lose your game. So, I mean, if you've had problems on this gen or last gen, whatever gen it happened, let me know in the comments. But like I said, this was mainly a problem with those older systems that are from like the 90s and the late 80s. And anyway, I'm going to get off here. It's the 3rd of July. Tomorrow I am off work, thank goodness. But I got to go back to work on Friday, which sucks. But anyway, then we'll be into the weekend again. Maybe I can get some shopping done and get a pickups video together. But give me a shout on this down in the comments. You can make a response video if you want. I always like those. And I'll just talk at you later. Sorry for the lack of viewage, but you know how it is, especially it's summertime. You just kind of take a little break and kick back and kind of play some stuff and just man, get as many videos up. But I'm still here, still doing it, and still watching y'all. Still a great community, and see you next vid. Bye, folks.